2020 is coming to an end, and can we all say, praise the Lord, it's almost done. I know I can't wait till 2021 to get here, but just because 2020 is almost over doesn't mean that we need to give up right now, because we still have some time to add some additional income streams. Now, I know most of you are thinking, Jeff, right now we are in the middle of a pandemic. How in the world am I going to add additional income streams? Well, that's what I want to talk about today. And today I'm going to break down what are 4 simple things, 4 simple steps that you can start adding additional multiple income streams. Are you ready? Find out what they are right now. All I can say, it's about to get serious up in here. Let's do this. If you do a search for side hustle, you're gonna find over 80 million results in Google. Now, before the pandemic, side hustle was like that hip, cute word. Oh, look at me, I've got my side gig, I got my side hustle.
It's so cute.
But as this pandemic has unfolded and just stuck around, it's become a thing of necessity, because we've seen so many people in unemployment. We've seen so many people get their hours cut. We've seen furloughs. We've seen companies shut down. And we thought we hit a period there where maybe things were gonna reopen. But now, the way that things are unfolding, it just doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So now, the side hustle for many is like, it's not just a side hustle, like it's a necessity. It's a thing that's going to help pay the bills. And that's one of the things that the side hustle, I don't say was minimized, but we now see the importance of having an additional source of income. And as they say, millionaires have 7 income streams, whether that's true or not. Like, I think I've got more than 7, so I guess I am a living proof and testament of that. But even that being said, just having an additional income stream, I can't tell you how much more confidence that gives me, that gives my wife, that provides for my family, just knowing that if something were to happen with a main income source, that there is another one that is coming in. And I know like that's talked about with the side hustle, but now like we see how important it truly is. And I know many of us are sitting here waiting for the government, waiting for Congress to issue that second stimulus check or that next stimulus package. And we're just reminded that we cannot be dependent on others, especially the government. Otherwise, we're going to just sit here and wait and wait and wait and watch all the YouTube videos that promise that a second stimulus check is coming. And whether it comes or not, who cares? Like if it comes, great. Like that's just an added blessing. But if it doesn't, let's go out and do something for ourselves. So today I just want to outline what are 4 action steps, like what are 4 things that we can do today where we can start making extra money, start a side hustle, start making additional income streams. Well, the first thing that you can do, and this is hard for many of us, but you got to do something different. You've got to go outside the box, outside your comfort zone, and do something that most likely is below your standards or below what you feel like you are qualified to do. And that's why we've seen so many people go from big cush corporate jobs or just really good salary jobs where now they're driving for DoorDash or Grubhub or Lyft or Uber, or maybe they're delivering groceries for Instacart. And this isn't obviously a long-term solution, but it's something that you can do right now. And you're probably wondering, well, how does this help me earn additional income streams? Because if this is my only income stream, or this is not anything I want to do for a long period of time. But the thing that we miss out on is that whenever you don't have that income stream coming in, you're laid off and you're filling out online applications and you're working your network and you're trying to figure out, okay, what else can I do? Well, in the time being, if you're just sitting at home, taking your dogs on a walk, cleaning the kitchen 27 times a day, driving your spouse crazy, well, instead of just sitting there and sulking, you can go out and do something. Because what happens is that when you put yourself out there and you just start taking action, that's when things start to happen. That's when you start to uncover new opportunities, different opportunities. I've talked a lot about this lately on the YouTube channel in regards to my blog. I was a financial advisor, was doing that, didn't even have a reason to start a side hustle. And then I started the blog. Initially as a marketing tool, ended up becoming now like the full-time business, my main source of revenue. But at the time, like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was going to make an extra $100, extra $1,000, end up becoming a 7-figure business. All I knew is that I'm just gonna try this, and I was doing something different, and I didn't even know what else was out there until I started doing it. And that's when I discovered that you can make money through Google AdSense and affiliate marketing. And then I landed different brand opportunities and speaking gigs, and ended up getting a book deal, and then just learned how all the different ways that you can make money with the blog. Actually, I just published a video today at the time of this recording talking about the 16 different ways that you can make money with a blog or a website. But if I would have tried to convince you at the beginning when I started this blog that it was going to make all this money and just help my family build up our savings and go on all these vacations, like that would have just been ludicrous. And so you think of like an Instacart or a DoorDash, like, okay, yeah, you're just starting that to make some money, but you don't know what else is out there until you put yourself out there, period. Another thing that you can do, and most just put this on hold, put it on the back burner thinking that one day they'll get started. But the second thing that you can do is start investing small. So if we're talking about additional income streams, one of the easiest ways that you can do that is, yeah, you can open online high yield savings, which high yield doesn't even exist right now with interest rates at historic lows. If you're getting 1% on your money, you're lucky. But what you can start doing is investing in the stock market, more specifically investing into dividend paying stock. Now, the cool thing with dividends is that, especially a dividend paying stock, is you're not just getting the dividends, which are this, I don't want to call it an automatic paycheck, but essentially, like, as long as they keep paying that dividend, like that's what that is. Every quarter, every 90 days, you're getting that dividend check. But if you're buying a stock that is paying a dividend, you also have that chance for appreciation, meaning that if you buy a stock for $10 and it goes up to $15, well, you just made $5 on top of the dividend checks that you received during the time that you're holding that stock. And that's just one of the easiest ways that you can start adding additional income stream. This is essentially what I started doing with my Grow Your Dough challenge, where I opened all these different investment accounts, all these different online platforms. But in my Robinhood account, I recognized, like, man, I've got way too much sitting in cash, which was not sitting in a high yield savings account. It was sitting in a low yield savings account paying me next to nothing. So then I started shifting some money into this account where I'm buying more dividend paying stocks, a few, I think maybe one closed-end fund. I don't think I've owned any ETFs yet, but the idea there is that I'm increasing my dividend portfolio so that I can get this monthly or trying to spread it out where I'm getting checks every single month. But essentially, I'm trying to build up this dividend portfolio that is making extra money on top of everything else. Now, if you don't know where to go, where to invest, there are just so many different online platforms. I talk about several here on the channel and also on the podcast. You can go to the blog, Good Financial Sense, where I've got a list of the top best online brokers that you can invest into. The ones that I really like right now, just because they're just so easy that you can open with your phones, open an account on an investment app, get money deposited. Robinhood is a great fit. They don't have a minimum. If you open an account, deposit some money, they'll give you some free stock. Webull is another one that I recently just started working with them. I opened my first account with them. They keep running these promotions where you get up to, I think last time it was 3 stocks. Now I think they're up to 4 stocks. This is a limited time promotion, so depending on whenever you are watching or listening to this. But right now, I think if you deposit $100, they'll give you up to like 4 stocks. I mean, that's one easy way to add some additional income, but additional monies for just opening an account and investing in yourself. So that is number 2, starting small. Number 3 is dare to do something different, or dare to do something a little more risky than you are comfortable with. And this is something that I even did here recently. Once again, this is another video and a podcast I recently published where I talked about a cryptocurrency savings account. Now, if you went back to some of my YouTube videos from a couple years ago when Bitcoin was on track to get to 100,000, which all of the cryptocurrency lovers kept saying, and I'm like, okay, seriously, like when people are overhyping something, that typically means that this is the worst time to get in. Turns out like that was the case. It went up to, I think 15, 18,000. I forgot the exact number, dropped back down. But then afterwards, I ended up getting in. I think I got in when Bitcoin was around 3,000. Then it got up to 7,000 or 8,000. I got in again. I think at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is around the 19,000, 20,000 mark, I believe. That's worked out really well. But I was one of those late bloomers. And one of the main reasons that I didn't get in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin was because I didn't fully understand. And I just have this firm belief that you better understand what you're putting your money into, especially if you're putting a large chunk. If you've got some money to play with, to dabble with, then oh yeah, I love that. I love the fact that you're willing to take a little bit of risk just so that you can understand how it works by going through the process. So that's what I did when I learned about cryptocurrency savings account. I end up opening an account with BlockFi, which is just one of several cryptocurrency saving account providers.
It's gonna make you smash that like button.
Right now, they definitely have the most backing by some larger financial institutions. And if you've ever seen the movie, the Zuckerberg, the Facebook movie, The Social Network, you got the Binkelhaus brothers. I totally butchered their last name, but you got the twins. They have been talking about, they've been very bullish on cryptocurrency, and they are one of the largest investors into BlockFi. Either way, I ended up putting some money in. Initially, it was $10,000. I've got $25,000 in there right now, but I put $10,000 in and bought some stable coin, which is paying me a 8.6% yield or dividend. And what I'm making off of that account, initially from that $10,000 deposit, I'm making more monthly from that than I am with my big national bank. One of my savings account with them has over $500,000 in it. And my BlockFi account paid, I think it was approximately like $55 more in interest on a $10,000 deposit versus a $500,000 deposit. Like, you do the math. But the whole point was that I didn't fully understand. I obviously had a better understanding of cryptocurrency, having opened a Coinbase account, buying Bitcoin for the first time, but I had to learn more about cryptocurrency savings account, learn more about BlockFi, and then I put in a small amount for me to test it out. And that is outside my comfort zone. That is, I'm willing to try something new, learn something new, and essentially learn something that is more risky, because a cryptocurrency savings account, there is no FDIC insurance. I mean, this is something that if BlockFi were to go belly up, I would lose all my money. I want to say that out loud in case that you are interested in doing so. And if you are, I have links to all these in the description. You can check those out. But that is something that right now, dealing with uncertain times, dealing with a pandemic and all the craziness and all the uncertainty that we have, we can't keep doing the same thing. We have to be willing to do something different, do something that's outside our comfort zone, and take more risks. So that is number 3. So number 4 by far is my favorite. It is the thing that I just love talking to people about, because it's so easy to get short-sighted. It's so easy to focus on the now, the present. And it's a good thing to be present. You want to be present with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, with the people that you care about in your life. But if you are so focused on the now and not thinking about the future, or micro steps, micro decisions that you can make right now, take right now, that can have a exponential impact on your future, then it's just something that you need to be mindful of. And one of the things that you can do is that you can build something now. You can begin the process of build something now, start earning additional income streams later. And for many, like, this is so hard. It's such a hard concept. I mean, it's a hard concept to accept and understand, like, oh yeah, that sounds totally like that's what I should do. But in practice, it's one of the hardest things to stick through, because for the longest time, this thing that you are building, you may not make any money at all for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, maybe even longer. It just depends on what it is, what are you trying to build, and how much work are you willing to do, and who's in your network. Are you willing to ask for help? I mean, maybe you've got a mentor or somebody that you can go to that can give you the fast track on getting through some of the initial speed bumps that derail a lot of people. Obviously, I talk about my blogging story. I won't talk about mine right now, but I will talk about Robert Farrington from The College Investor. So I had Robert on the podcast, also on the YouTube channel. All right, so I got my good buddy living the dream out in California, enjoying the sun, Mr. Robert Farrington, AKA The College Investor.
Thanks for having me. America's millennial money expert is the third one you're missing.
With him, he had an MBA. He had a really good job at Target. He loved what he did. I mean, he had hours that, I guess his hours were okay. They weren't great with young children, but before he had kids, like, it worked out well. And then he started his blog as a side hustle. And he was blogging, I think he shared on the podcast, it was 2+ years before he started making any money from his blog. That might be very discouraging for you. But the one thing you have to remember about Robert's story was kind of like me at the beginning, like, we didn't have anybody to go to. Like, this was something that we were just doing for fun. We didn't have any blogging guides. We didn't have like any cheat codes that could just fast forward us into the future where we can actually start making money. Like, we both just tinkered around and finally figured it out. Well, now, like there are so many resources out there. There are books, there are podcasts. I mean, there are YouTube videos. I have my Make 1K challenge, which is a free email challenge that shows you how to start a blog and make your first $1,000. You can check that out at make1kchallenge.com. So there are so many different resources, but the whole point of that was he started building something in the present so that in a few years, it was something that finally started yielding some fruit. And it's kind of like planting the seed now. You know, you're planting the crops now, planting all your corn and your wheat so that in a year or two, all of a sudden now you've got the harvest. So with Robert, you know, he started making a couple $100, and it was $1,000, that was like $2,000 to $3,000. Well, he didn't disclose this on the podcast. Like, I know, well, it's his full-time thing now. So he ended up quitting his full-time job that was paying him really good money, and now he does his blog full-time. And that's just one example because it was somebody that was on the podcast here recently, but I know so many different examples of this. So what is that for you? Maybe it's not a blog. Maybe it's a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Maybe it is some sort of side business or side hustle. I mean, some of the things I mentioned in the beginning, point number one was Instacart and Uber and Lyft. Well, what if there's something else that you can start? Like there's some sort of side business that you've been dying to start that you think it's going to make money, so you just start it. So you just start it now so that eventually, you never know, maybe it's just a full-time side hustle, or that thing ends up becoming the main thing. We can speculate all day long, but we don't know. You don't know until you go out and try. And that's why I'm just a huge advocate of putting yourself out there. I just love the expression, ready, fire, aim. So you're ready? All right, just go out and do it. And then once you go out there, then you start trying to figure it out. Like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna tinker this. I'm gonna cut back on this, maybe focus more on this. Like, oh no, that was a horrible idea. That was a huge waste of time. Great, awesome. Now you know that that didn't work. That was a bad idea. Now we're on to the next idea. You know, don't chalk it up to being a failure and that, okay, yeah, you wasted your time. You didn't waste your time. You just learned. You learned a very valuable lesson that that thing, that idea wasn't the right thing, which only means is that you are one step closer to the next thing, to the next right thing, to the thing that's going to work. And that is the mindset that you have to take. And if you can do all of this and just implement some ideas, stay the course, and be willing to be flexible, don't be hard on yourself. You know, like if something doesn't work out, like do not beat yourself up, especially when you start sharing this stuff with your friends and your family and they just keep harping on you like, oh, look at Johnny. Johnny went out there and tried something again and it just, yeah, that's what Johnny does. He just thinks he's gonna become the next Elon Musk, but he don't know what he's doing. Like, you know what? I mean, in the most polite way possible, screw them. Screw them, because at least you are willing to try. At least you are willing to put forth the effort. And that is really all that truly matters. And if you need somebody to give you some encouragement, come on over to the podcast, come on over to the YouTube channel, come on over to the blog, leave a comment. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know how that's working out. And just let me know, hey, this is what I'm doing. Not quite working out. Need some encouragement. Leave a comment. I'll give you some encouragement. I'll keep pushing you, keep nudging you, keep encouraging you to continue on, because there is something else out there. But you gotta keep going. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this video, this podcast. If you did, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time.